Hello and welcome to Hooks and Stitches. My name's Natasha and it's the 7th of January today. I'm coming to you with my first video of 2023. I'm sorry about the fact that I haven't been making videos through much of December because I was poorly and just couldn't do anything at all. I was really poorly with the virus that everyone seemed to get over Christmas, and so I didn't have time. I couldn't even muster crocheting or anything, so I just had to put it on the back burner and get better. But here I am and I'm okay, and we just need to kind of move on now and carry on crocheting, as they say. Now, first of all, I hope you all had a lovely Christmas and New Year. And I would love it if you want to comment below and tell me all the lovely crafty things that you managed to receive or even buy yourself over the Christmas period, as we all need treats for this, that and the other at special occasions like Christmas. And I have managed to buy myself a few things, and I've had some gifts of all sorts. So without further ado, I'm going to show you what I've managed to do and also what I plan to do with it. On Facebook Marketplace, I managed to get some Women's Institute Hobbycraft yarn. And it was 3 colours and 3 balls of each colour, and so I'm going to show you that now. These are the colours that I do actually quite like working with quite often, so it was really handy that it was in that colour. I think I would have still bought it whatever colour, because it's nice to have some extra in your stash. But the reason why I like the Hobbycraft yarn is because the DK is a little bit thicker than if you had the like the Stylecraft Special DK, and I don't know if you can see that in my light, but it is somewhat a bit more substantial, so it's really nice. You still use a 4mm hook with it, but or less if you're doing amigurumi, which I do. So in that sense, it's just really nice to be able to have some extra in the stash for quite cheap when someone's trying to de-stash, and so it's really nice, and I look out for bargains where we can, just like anyone else, I suppose. Anyway, the other thing that I've managed to one of the other things that I managed to get was the June Attic 24 June blanket kit. I love it because of the fact that it's all really, it's not bright in your face colours, it's all kind of really nice beachy colours, and that's what it reminds me of anyway, seashells and things like that. Anyway, I bought it not just to do the pattern, obviously the pattern's a bonus, and I have got 2 kits of these, one that I got for Mother's Day and another one that I bought. So I bought one to actually do the blanket that the kit suggests, but the other one I'm going to do Nature's Walk blanket by Sandra at Cherry Heart. Because I just love the colours and I think it would be really nice. And if you bought the kit of the Nature's Walk, the colours and the style of yarn that went with it originally, which isn't available now, you could buy it all separately, I suppose, but the actual kits aren't available now. But with that, you got the 6 bonus squares if you bought the kit, which obviously it's fine, it doesn't matter, but I managed to buy the 6. I found it on Ravelry, and I bought the 6 extra bonus ones to go with it, so I'll be able to do that in the June blanket colours. And it was actually very reasonable, and I will, put that down in the description box as well, just in case you want to do the same. And also the other thing that was yarny related was the fact that I've always wanted for some months now to have hand-dyed yarn, and it's really difficult because there's so many lovely dyers out there. It's really difficult to choose who to actually go with to when you see yarn that you actually like, it's really difficult to choose which small business to support. But this one, I thought I would give it a go because a lady over at Yarnmugs, and I'll put her YouTube channel in the description box too. I noticed that she had the advent calendar from Beehive Yarns, and I clicked on to have a look because obviously it was a bit late for the advent anyway, and they were doing yarn clubs. And so I chose to do the December one because I wanted to see if I was going to do it during the year. I wanted to find out what the yarn was like first. So I thought, well, I'll have the last one because it happened to be the last, the one that was available at the time. And it's worked out really well. I'm really pleased. I chose the Dolly DK because fingering weight yarn I don't usually use, but mainly just because I make all sorts of things in DK, and fingering weight I do struggle finding things to make because of it just being really thin. Anyway, this is the yarn club for December, and it's called Enchanted. I think the whole series was Enchanted, but this one is Enchanted Yarn Club for December, Dolly DK. It says on the label 100% extra fine superwash merino DK, and it's 115 grams, 230 meters. That's 252 yards. Hand wash recommended, dry flat, and it's beehiveyarns.com. I'll put it down in the description box if you don't want to search it for yourself, but that's fine. I love the fact that there's a lady on the front, and it's so soft and it's really lovely, and I've never ever been able to have anything so special, so I will be keeping it for something really, really special in the future, and if I get any more then I shall be adding it to it. But with the cost of living and things, I'm just really not sure at the moment, but who knows, once I decide, if I see any colours that she's doing, I might get the odd one rather than the whole set, and then go from there. But she sends a little tea bag with it, and this time I've got peppermint tea, so all is well for the little perks in life. It makes you smile for that little bit extra. Next, I have also been lucky enough to have managed to buy a couple of books that I wanted. So I said to my husband, could I have them for Christmas? And one of which is the iconic Women Crochet book, because I like to do amigurumi, and I've done a couple of dolls before, but only kind of dabbled, and I've not really finished it. I've been one of those people that kind of start things because they're really nice and really struggle to get it finished because I'm forever seeing something else that I want to get my teeth into, and just kind of do it without thinking, and then kind of forget everything that I have been doing for a while until I go back to it. But this I particularly wanted for the Queen, especially after her passing in September. So I've seen other patterns just with the Queen, but most of them are like magazine cutouts and things, and I don't like my patterns to be folded or anything like that. I'm a bit particular where things like that are concerned, so I didn't really want to buy one in case it was like that from a magazine cutout that someone on eBay may have been getting rid of, or you know, something like that. So I've just waited and waited to find the books that have been, you know, getting secondhand and things. Excuse me. So I'm really lucky to have got hold of this one. It was a set of two, and I'll show you the other one in a minute. But they're really, honestly, brand new. Honestly, it doesn't even look like the pages have been turned. So I'm really extremely lucky to have. I'll show you the back. To have had the chance to bid on them. And the other one I have got, the other one that I had in the same lot, because it was a pack of two, is Sweet Crochet Friends. And I've really loved this book ever since it came out. A good couple of years ago, I think, actually. Not quite sure. I think it was 2020, maybe. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it, but I will put in the description box where you can get them, because I've been watching them on Amazon to see if the price goes down and get them on special offer, as well as just eBay, because obviously I can't tag an eBay listing for them, because I don't know whether even that would be appropriate. But this is definitely one that I have been wanting for a long time, so that I can make them for my granddaughter, well, my grandchildren, because I have a grandson now too. But they are really quite adorable, and the patterns are really well written, and just really quite cute. So I was lucky to be able to pick them up at quite a cheap price. The other patterns I got obviously from I got a couple from Etsy, and also I've got a pattern now that I'm going to show you that I've managed to print off, because I bought it to do for my friend's little baby, and I don't know if you can see that properly because it looks pretty fuzzy from where I'm pointing, but anyway, the pattern is from Colour and Shape Design, and it's American. I got the American one. They do an English copy as well, but I like the American terms, and so I like the single and the popcorn stitch, and together, obviously, you know, it's amazing. And ever since I've been doing the Christmas one, where it's with the tapestry and things, I've learnt different ways of managing to do it, because I usually, when I'm doing colour work, I like to do the corner to corner and then put the colours in on pegs and things. Well, I've learnt how to do this now with the single, and then put, you know, and the bobbles and all of that, and managing the colour work, and I've done really well. So I'll show you that in a moment, but I've done the four corners for the blanket that I've just shown you, which is a paid for pattern, so I can't show you lots and lots of it for obvious reasons, but there's a brown one, an ivory one, and two goldy colour ones. I've got to obviously put the ends in on those, but I've been doing the ends as I go. It's just that I've only just finished those last night, so I haven't had a chance to fill it in because it was late by the time I finished. And then I've managed to do the word dream which comes out backwards on there, on the video, but I'm really loving the fact that you can create words and letters, and it's just really lovely, and you can tell if you're like a stitch out or whatever because it just doesn't sit right, and I have to keep referring to it because like on this one with the R, it looks like the last little bobble was too far away, but actually it is positioned in the right place. It's just to make it look like it curved down. So because if you had a pencil in your mind's eye and did it, it just makes it curl around to look like an R, and I think that's actually quite effective. And I like the fact that there's baubles even, well, popcorn stitches they call it, but baubles around the edges as well, which I really like. And this is the one that I first started off with, and I started it the day after Boxing Day, and it took me until the 2nd, and I wasn't doing it for hours and hours and hours. Obviously it was just a few hours each day, so it hasn't really taken me that long, and once it's blocked it will look a bit holy at the top, I expect, because of the way it's pulled tight, but when it's blocked it'll look nice with all the shape and everything. But he's just so cute, and I fell in love with the pattern, and they do lots of animals with different sayings on the blankets, and I'll put a link to the description box in the description box to the Etsy shop that I bought it from, so that you can go along and see if you like the same sort of thing. But I think I've done really well with my newfound way of doing colour work, so I've done really well, even if I do say so myself. And then last, it's just dropped out of that blanket, but going back to the beehive yarns, you can see all the different kind of colours, and these are created to send with it, because then when you decide whether you want to have the club or not, you can tell what the colours might be like when you receive your yarns. So I was intrigued by the colours, and I love to have like the grey, and I wasn't sure whether it was going to turn out like a very kind of dusky beige colour, and all in all I'm really impressed with it, and I really do love it, like I said before. But that is the card that they send with it, and basically it's the thank you on the back, and it just explains about the yarn club, and also to tag Beehive Yarns on Instagram, and to use the hashtags to share the makes. So obviously I can do that at the time when I'm going to make it, but I'm not going to use it just yet because I want to keep it and look at it for a bit longer. And my other last thing to show you is my Christmas blanket that I was on about, that I was doing before I got poorly, and to show you that I've finished the gingerbread men. I've still got to obviously put the face in, and there's a few little bits where I haven't quite pulled it. I always show my flaws because nobody's perfect, are they? And I'm a perfectionist in some ways, but in things like this, when I'm only just learning new things, it's something for me to improve on. And now I know that when I'm doing it again, I know that I've got to make sure that I pull it before the colour starts again, because like on these bits here where I've not quite pulled it enough as I'm going along, because there's quite a long white bit and I pulled it but not quite enough before I start the other colour, but it's all things that I'm going to make sure that I pick up on next time and make sure it's right, which my daughter said that she's quite happy to have it from a granddaughter, because like I say, she normally has all of my firsts. She had my first granny square blanket when I first started crochet, and she was going to have my first amigurumi, which I made but I've kept that in my cupboard myself because that is something that I feel totally blew me away because I was actually managed to do it. And that was the rabbit from Edward's Menagerie, which I'll show you at some point different when I'm talking about them another time, because they're in my cabinet and I'd have to go and dig it out and show you, and I haven't got time to do that now. But yeah, so all in all, I finished it, and the next thing on this one is going to be Christmas hats, Santa hats, and then after that, because it's meant to be snowflakes again, I'm not going to do the snowflakes again because they were a total headache, and I'd taken them back so many times that I'm not going to redo them because they're just too much of a pain. But what I am going to do, because I've seen other people do different things like robins, trees, and what's the other thing? Robins, trees. Oh, and gonks, or gnomes as they call them. And the other ones are like reindeer heads. I quite like the look of those as well, but I don't know. I might do one of each. I don't know yet. But it's all the ones that are on the graphs, which could be used for corner to corner, sea to sea, or it could be used on these like this, and that's where people have got them from. And so I've seen a few floating around. So when I have decided, obviously I will let you know and I will show you along the way, because I love doing my videos. It's just a shame that I haven't been able to do one for a long time, but I'm going to do them regularly again now. So I'm going to just make sure that I'm plummeting away on this and giving you a chance to see it through the year, because then at least it'll be ready for Christmas and I can get something else done nearer Christmas when everyone is doing Christmassy bits and pieces a bit later on, especially Christmas in July. A lot of people start doing things like that, so hopefully I'll be finished by then so I can start something Christmassy new. And so that's it from me, I think. I would love it if you could like and subscribe, because it helps the algorithm keep my videos being seen, and a thumbs up would be amazing. And so I will see you again soon. I will put in the description box everything that that I've talked about today, and also I would love it if you could let me know what you've got for Christmas, like I said at the beginning, and because I'm always interested. And also, if you have any yarn dyers that you buy from, I'd be interested to look them up and have a look to see what they have on offer too. And I'm always looking on Etsy and things, but it'd just be nice to see what sort of things people like to purchase, and also like to make with their special yarn purchases. So I'm going to go now, get this uploaded, and I will see you again very soon. Thank you, my darlings. Bye.